You see that? Thing? The United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we'll call this meeting to order. Unfinished business or correspondence, Karen?
I have nothing.
Okay, thank you. We're looking for a motion to approve the minutes of the meeting dated April 25th, 2023 as presented. Sorry. Second. Thank you. Call for vote, please.
Mr. Wohlers.
Yes.
Mr. North.
Yes.
Mr. Sargent.
Yes. Looking for a motion to approve invoices in the amount of $1,305,723.94 for the period May 7th through May 19th, 2023. Call for vote on that, please.
Mr. Wohlers.
Yes.
Mr. North. Mr. Sargent.
We're looking for a motion that the actual gross payroll in the amount of $292,565.97 be approved for payment for the period April 23rd through May 6th, 2023. Second. Thanks. Call for vote on that, please.
Mr. Wohlers.
Yes.
Mr. North. Yes. Mr. Sargent.
Yes. We're looking for a motion to approve resolution number 2023-03, modifying the FY 2019 Community Development Block Grant, CDBG agreement with the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, contract number C000073463. This modification will move excess funds in the amount of $11,805 from the Big Run / W Union Street Improvement Project into a new activity, which will be called the Big Run / Mitchell Avenue Street Improvement Project. So, thank you. Ben, please.
Sure, yes. This, when the West Union Street project was completed, there were some cost savings from that project that were left over. So the Mitchell Avenue Street Improvement Project in Big Run is a project that will be completed this year. So we're moving the excess funds over into that project to account for some of the additional costs that are associated with that project in the amount of $11,805.
Thank you.
That's the, one of the worst roads in Big Run, isn't it, Mitchell Avenue?
Pretty bad. It's the one that goes back to Star Iron. Yeah, beside the ice cream shop. Yeah, it's in pretty bad shape.
Is it possible for them to bond that road, because they're talking about that? Put a bond on it.
I mean, that's up to the borough. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, well, they wanted to that badly.
yeah, I
but-
mean, that's,
I mean, can they?
there's a lot of truck traffic, I guess, I understand that goes back to Star Iron on that road, and so right now, there's no rules or regulations set on it, they can't, it has to be a certain weight limit or whatever, so. Yeah, I mean, they probably are discussing that.
Yeah, that's what they said at their meeting, want to do, maybe. Who knows?
Okay. Call for a vote on that, please, Karen.
Mr. Bullard.
Yes.
Mr. North.
Yes.
Mr. Sargent.
Motion to relieve Zwick and Zwick Law Firm from representing Jefferson County in all matters pertaining to the Archon lawsuit against Jefferson County. So, second. Thank you. Call for a vote on that, please.
Mr. Bullard.
Yes.
Mr. North.
Yes.
Mr. Sargent.
Yes. Motion to contribute $2,500 to be committed to the Brookfield Trail Hub funding of an application for GTRP funding through the PA Department of Community and Economic Development to complete a trail feasibility study for an extension of the Five Bridges Trail from Warsaw Township, Elms Mills to Brookfield. Second. Thank you. Ben, have anything on that, please?
Yeah, so right now, the Brookfield Trail Hub is preparing an application to DCD for a feasibility study to, try to connect the missing link between Brookfield and, Warsaw Township. Where they call it the Five Bridges Trail. And the application, calls for a project calls for a local match, and county this morning, approved to, will approve to, give $2,500 towards that local match requirement for the trail feasibility study.
Thank you, Ben. Any questions on that from you, Okay, if not, call for vote, please.
Mr. Bullard.
Yes.
Mr. North.
Yes.
Mr. Sargent.
Motion to accept an appointment of Jessica Funk, Economic Development Director to the PA Wilds Planning Team. Second. Thank you. So, before we do accept this, Jessica, I'd like you to maybe just give everybody a little about yourself so everybody gets to know you.
Sure. My name is Jessica Funk. I'm the new Director of Economic Development. Before joining the team here, I was the Economic Development Specialist in Clarion County. Very excited to be working here and helping to make Jefferson County a better place to live, work, and play.
Thank you. We appreciate you being here. Yes. Call for vote on that, please.
Mr. Bullard.
Yes.
Mr. North.
Yes.
Mr. Sargent.
Okay, public comments. Anybody with public comments? Leonard?
Yes, I would bring a little bit of more, I guess, education to this, answer this process from what we're being instructed and such. I reported at a previous meeting that the landowner licenses would only be available from, June 20th to the 23rd. They have now changed that. The landowner licenses will be available from the 20th to the 23rd, as you know, that was, but they're also now going to be available throughout the regular license system. Okay, like after the June 26th date, you're going to be able to get them anytime until that WMU that you want sells out, that you'd be able to get a landowner license. So they've changed that a little bit. At first, they were wanting to put the landowner in the same category as the DAV and the military licenses, where they would be guaranteed the license and it would not count towards the allocation. Well, the AG's office stepped in and said, no, by the law, that is not illegal to do that. So they had to back them out. So they will count towards the allocation, so that when the WMU sells out, would not be able to get a landowner in that zone. The other thing is now with the regular hunting licenses, when they start on the 26th, 8 o'clock in the morning, anybody can go to, anybody that has a hunting station that sells licenses, or you'll be able to purchase online, computer, tablet, your phone, whatever, be able to purchase. Anybody who goes and purchases online or their phone or whatever, when they get into the system, they will go onto a queue. So depending on how many it is in the queue ahead of you is how long you may have to wait. Anybody that comes to a license, say, if anybody sells hunting licenses, those systems will be live on the system and be able to issue, right away. You won't have to wait. You'll just be able to issue one after the other. So I'm not quite sure how that's going to work. I've asked questions that if the system starts slowing down, if they'll be able to slow down the number that they throw off of the queue in there to help everything go. They've not been able to answer that. They just say that they're still doing testing. So we're not sure where that's going to be, but just let people know that if they get online and go to get their license on that first Monday morning and they say that they're number 347,000 in the queue, it's very possible that could be, whatever. It could be very, very possible. Everybody trying to get their license that morning. It's all to be worked out and figured out yet. But that's the two big differences now we're told is how the licenses will be issued.
So the landowner versus the applicant, do you suggest the landowner does it that way, or what do you?
My own personal thing is, I don't know why they'd want to get one right now with those parameters, because if you buy the landowners, then you have to let your land open for the public for that license year. You are allowed to tell somebody to get off your property if, you do still have that thing if somebody's being an idiot. But pretty much you have to leave your, everything open. The only way I really see a landowner licenses helping much anymore is for the out-of-state guys. If they want like a 2F or 2G, well, I guess 2G's gone, 2H license, that they'd be guaranteed to get that license. They could get it before the other sales, and they could go to their camp or whatever, their house or whatever, and get to their property and hunt. That would be a positive for them. But the regular local hunters, if you're going after those first 3 or 4 days, buy landowner, get the regular license. I personally would just get the regular license because it doesn't give you any more privileges one way or the other than you have more, control over your property.
Okay, thank you.
Amy, do people have to have a letter from the landowner when they're on somebody's property? Is that still a thing? Is that just in Ohio?
Well, some of the stuff, like if you're Sunday hunting, you have to have a letter stating that, you're allowed to hunt on Sunday on that property and all that stuff. Posted property, you're supposed to have something, I guess, in writing. I know the folks that hunt on my property, I text them a letter and saying that they're allowed to hunt, and whoever they want to hunt with them can hunt with them when they take kids up on there to hunt. So yes, to some degree that is in effect, but I don't know. I really couldn't tell you the whole law on that, but I know in some situations there are letters you're supposed to have. I do it on my property just to save face that if somebody stops them, then they can say, well, no, I have the right to be on here.
Anything else for Moon? Okay, any other public comments?
And I would invite the press to show up on the 26th to watch our process.
Wow. What time
I
of
don't
day?
know. I don't know if we'll have donuts or anything, but we'll be here going.
No, you won't. You'll tell us you do, and then we'll get there. Okay, donuts.
I do have one question. The Silver's property, for example, the people who are members of that are covered because they're members? We don't have to have any special permission that you know of?
I would not think so. Whatever he has for parameters on his
Right.
private property, I think he gives cards out or something. And as long as you'd have that, you'd be covered. I think it would be the same thing as permission slip.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just thought of something for land, for no trespassing or for closing it off. What's this with this purple paint? You can paint like your trees purple or something or
Yeah.
other,
Yeah, 3, 4 years ago, something like that. It was sort of a trade-off with the Pennsylvania Farm Bureau and stuff that they were balking on the Sunday hunting. But they kind of went along with the Game Commission to allow them this 3 days of Sunday hunting if they got stronger trespassing laws. And the purple paint, it's been used, I guess, in several states. But the purple paint, if you paint your property with that, that's the same as having a no trespassing sign, and I guess it's considered to stay so much longer that way than you have to put signs up every year, every couple of years. And the reason they said purple is that people who are colorblind can still see purple. So that was the reason they had purple paint.
Huh.
That's what they told the Game Commission meetings. I don't know anybody colorblind to take them out and check it out, but that's what they say is the reason they use purple, so.
Scott's not colorblind. Sure.
Okay, anything else under public input?
We need to recognize, this is National EMS Week. So we need to recognize all of our first responders and anybody that has anything to do with EMS. Thank them for everything they do.
Thank you. I'll agree with that. So, okay, public comments is closed. 2 people sitting up front with all the questions.
We use them all up on Moon.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Senior correspondent, great friend.
Those resemblance.
The hair.
You might be able to answer this, you might not. I'm not sure, I just heard about this for the first time recently, that Mitchell Avenue. Are they putting a Dollar General in there as well? Is that maybe part of why they're trying to fix that road too?
That is the rumor, but this project was
Already
in the
in.
mix prior to the
Okay.
Dollar General.
So you don't know for sure, not you, just some also heard.
Right, that's not here, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, Family Dollar, they've heard the rumor.
I'm sure they have.
Said that, I went in there one time ever and all he talked about was that, it's like, wow.
Well,
So,
behind the ice cream place, I guess.
okay, yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah, but those trucks tear that road up terrible.
Yes, they do.
It's one of the worst roads in America, maybe, I don't know, it's pretty bad.
It is, I haven't done the study on that yet.
Then do you guys wanna make any other comment on the lawsuit? I know there's been a lot of stuff kind of circulating around about that.
It's been going on since 2019. We picked it up at the end of the election campaign for reasons. So I personally don't have anything to say about it. It's been going on since 2019. So it was in the paper then.
And then the trail hub, are that match amount that you guys are gonna pay, are they paying the county back for that, or are you guys just paying that for them?
That's like a committee grant.
It's a grant to them. No, there's not an expectation that we get that back,
Okay,
Alex. The intent is that we want to support their efforts to advance that because the trail activity brings in tourism, brings in economic activity. So that's our effort to support their efforts.
So, seems like that's a long stretch, is it? That'd be really a long,
The whole thing connected?
Yeah.
It's huge.
Yeah, I mean, I think this segment's around 10 miles or so, there's this missing link. But if it would be completed, then yeah, I mean, that connects the Great Allegheny Passage, that goes down, connects to Red Bank, to the other trails that go down into Cumberland, Maryland, to Washington DC. I mean, it's a-
Down to Pittsburgh
Yeah,
and through
it's just-
what's the park? Here we go here.
like the, Allegheny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. in that direction. So, you know, the potential there's, well, we're already seeing it exploited along the line. Like to see expanded.
It is a nice jaunt down through there. If you go to the Elms Mills area, they're getting ready to, well, they are timbering. So they're fixing all that up down through, so it's made it really nice, so. I'm not sure how far you could go down with a bike or anything, I haven't tried that out yet, but, it's really nice to get down through it.
So part of it is already like a trail then, since it's a railroad bed or
Right.
whatever.
Yeah, the railroad bed is there, yeah. Okay, anything else? If not, we'll look for a motion that the meeting be adjourned. Call for a vote, please. Yes.
Yes.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
Cheer this time.
Start